So it throws it out to a different group of people. Good morning and welcome in. I don't know if you were on my live earlier, but welcome in. I needed to jump off of that one. I'm doing an experiment here. So let me know where you're coming in from. And this is if you're part of my regular crew, let me know that you're here. I think I might just have stumbled onto something. Kind of threw me off a little bit. Good morning, welcome in. I am Coach Ken in the AM. Hope you're having an awesome day today, and you're starting the day out right. Hope you're having a great one. I'm learning a little bit. I'm thinking. I have a whole group of people that never showed up on my morning live. Actually, I guess I did have somebody that did. So, kind of interesting. Thought I would jump back on again. So if you were on my live earlier, welcome back in. I changed categories, so I'm trying to see what happens and what that impact and getting an idea. It's a great conversation this morning for sure. It looks like I lost a subscriber and then wound up gaining 2 back. So can't argue with that. I will take it. Good morning. Welcome into the live this morning. I'm Coach Ken. I'm up in Anchorage, Alaska. Hope you're having a great day today. As the day goes along, let me know where you're coming in from. Good morning. Welcome in. Trying to find my regular crew. Seeing if they're out there. I'm just trying to figure out and wondering what happened. Had a great live already. Good morning, welcome in. It's Coach Ken in the AM. I am live right now. Welcome in. How are you? Welcome in. I hope you're having an awesome day today. I hope things are going well. So interestingly, I'm watching, it looks like some of my videos are Jackie Baker. Good morning, welcome in. How are you? Where are you coming in from? I am Coach Ken up in Anchorage, Alaska, and welcome in. I'm doing a little experiment here. I'm changing categories and seeing how the algorithm plays this out. I had a lot of different conversations in the live earlier, and so I wanted to see who's here. Tiffany, welcome in. Where are you guys coming in from? Love to hear that. I am up in Anchorage, Alaska. Jackie Baker, I'm doing well. I will tell you that it was a hard night last night. We put our house on the market. It's under contract, but we've had to pack our home. We can't say that. Well, you can just tell me the state. You don't have to tell. I don't want your address. But if you were told don't say that, then don't. And I've told people don't get specific. I don't want to know. Just want to know kind of the area. Just because, tell me the country. If you just tell me U.S., that would be great. Because we have people all over the world that come through these lives. So yeah, it doesn't have to be. Don't share anything that you were told not to. Don't do that. But if you're in the United States, if you're in Canada, if you're in Japan, perfect. That's awesome. That's awesome. Because the thing about this is, I was on TikTok, and I still get on TikTok lives. TikTok restricted me from they wouldn't throw me out around the world. Here on YouTube, it goes out everywhere. So we have a great time. So I have a whole crew of folks from Japan that are on here. So, but what I was saying, so we have a 3-year-old cat who she just really got stressed out in changing the house up and moving. So she's been very skittish. We've got her on Prozac, and she's not wanting to play or do anything. So I was able to get her out last night, finally, after 3 days, and went into the bathroom so I could shut the door, and she and I played and slept and snuggled for 4 hours just to start to try to help her socialize again. So it is And so for me, it was a little disappointing because I was doing for Lent, my goal was to water fast, which was like, oh, with my sleep this morning, I immediately went and got my Unimate, which is an yerba mate concentrate. And I drink this typically all the time because it makes fasting easier and it helps my food cravings. I appreciate, how many do you watch? I try to be open to everybody. Like I said, I'm a nutrition coach. I'm a pastor. So, because I'm not brain rot. Well, I appreciate that. Somebody did say the other day that, what did they say that, that this live was, the most, wholesome that they had been on. So I take that as a good thing. As a pastor, it should be that way. Over on TikTok, like I said, it just got to be that I couldn't say anything about nutrition because it kept restricting everything that I said over there, trying to help people, to the point that it basically blocked me from everything. I couldn't go to the rest of the world. And that was really frustrating. And to me, I found that I didn't even know that YouTube was doing vertical formats. So I immediately was like, well, I'm going to get over here and come help and talk to people, and do my show, my live, the way I want to, right? And the way you all want. And so thank you so much. And so I tell people, share the live, invite your friends, come in here, be a part. I've had people my age that are in their 50s, which is who I coach primarily nutrition-wise, are people that are not adolescents, but insulin resistance affects everybody. And for me, as a pastor, I was a youth pastor for 30 years. So what's frustrating is when this summer, the news reports came out that adolescents are diagnosed with prediabetes now. That 1/3 of all teenagers are now pre-diabetic. And I was like, are you kidding me? And I should have known. As a youth pastor, we ate so much pizza and burgers and chicken fingers and everything, all of that. And I was like, oh my gosh, what did I do? And I know it wasn't just me, but it contributes to so much. And so for me, it's about educating and helping people and being in a place. And I know people are always asking me questions about life as well, because, I mean, how many times, I always tell people when I was a youth pastor too, the church is one of the last places that teenagers and kids are in a multi-generational environment. And what I mean by that, when's the last time that you get to spend time with people that are 4 or 5 decades, maybe 6 or 7 decades older than you? It doesn't happen anymore, does it? If you don't see your grandparents or you're working with your neighbors, you don't see people. So you don't get to have that generational kind of connection. So for me, it's like going, hey, I'm here. I'm 54. I turned 55 this year. I'm a widower. So that means that I lost my first wife. I lost her to colon cancer. Well, I appreciate that, Tiffany. I just keep on going. Well, we'll see. I just want to be real. And like I said, my goal is to help people make life better. And many times I've learned this. One of the quotes that I've come to love is from Captain Jack Sparrow. If you love Pirates of the Caribbean, the problem's not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem. And so many times in my life, I've realized how many times the attitude about my problem is the biggest thing. When it came to my health, my attitude was I need to just go to the doctor. And for me, part of it was learning and why I question now. And I don't want you to. Doctors have my wife is a doctor. Let me show you. So let me get a picture of my wife. Me and the beautiful Dr. G We were diagnosed with diabetes, right? I was diagnosed with diabetes. She was diagnosed with prediabetes, right? And so that was just 2 years ago. 2 years ago is when that happened for us. She's a doctor, and I tell people that I listened to my wife and it saved my life, right? Because of what she did. Because she called a friend that was a nurse and a diabetes educator that told us about a natural protocol that would help reverse that, would make the lifestyle changes easier to do when it comes to life. And so it was like, oh, so it's, and it changed my attitude about, wait, I don't have to stay sick and I don't have to be on medication. There's lifestyle changes for certain issues that we have. And I was like, okay, that changed my life. And when it did, that's why I'm here. And I can sit there, you can look at the picture and you can see how we reverse. People will say, you guys look so much younger. We feel younger. I'm 54, I feel like I'm 24. I went from a size large or extra large, a size 34 pant down to a size 30, went back to a size medium. I'm wearing the same size clothes I did when I was in college, when I was 24 years old. And I feel that way, right? Low testosterone, I'm a cancer survivor, testicular cancer in particular. So my testosterone has increased, my energy levels have increased, my health has improved. Everything has changed by doing that. So that mindset shift is a huge one. And I always tell people, there are 5 questions when it comes to your health overall that you need to think about. And this doesn't matter your age. Like I said, the thing that I've learned is this is so very real because, you know, those that come on my live that are teenagers around the world, they come in here. We have these great conversations about all kinds of stuff, but it still comes back to health because your age doesn't matter. How are you eating? And I teach on this because this is so very important. You are what you eat, and food is the best medicine. All right? There's no question about it. So how are you eating? How are you exercising? If you do those 2 things, you're going to be okay. When you learn to do that, how are you eating? How are you? Oh, I didn't know you left. How are you eating? How are you exercising? You'll be okay. That's key right there. What are your extras? What are your supplements? What vitamins and minerals are you missing in your diet? For us, this was the thing. I got rid of all the medications. I'm not on meds anymore. These are the things that I drink every single day for my health because they are the vitamins and minerals that I need. So, and then I have a couple of other ones, magnesium, K2 and D3 are ones that are very important for our metabolic health. Then we get into who are you encouraging, right? That's a big part of what I do here. Who are you encouraging? Who are you building up, right? I want to build up the people that come into my life. I want to make life better. If you go to my page, if you go over here on YouTube, it says make life better. That's what I'm here to do, is to help people make life better. And then the third one is this. How are you elevating? What is it with your spirit and your soul? How is it with your spirit and your soul? And as a clergy for 30 years, I want to be able to build people up in that regard as well. How are you seeking the divine in your life and in the world? Now, the thing about this is, I know that this is a big platform. And people will say, hey, you need to come on and you need to just focus on one thing. Well, we're human beings. We're far more complicated than that. We are far more complicated than that. And ultimately, I want people to be the best they can be. And part of that is recognizing something that Blaise Pascal said, was that we all have a hole in our souls that only God can fill. Now, could be your hobby. Well, it really kind of has become that. It really has. So I am working it as best I can in the time that I have to give. So I'm learning. I'm going to get there, right? I actually have a pretty successful real estate channel that I started, that I've done. It's been pretty good. Yep. Yep. Sylvia, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm experimenting today. Sylvia, meet Tiffany. Tiffany, meet Sylvia. Sylvia is one of my regulars. Sylvia, how long have you, I'm going to ask you a question. How long have you been on today? Because you weren't in my live earlier, and I'm doing an experiment. I did live for an hour in a different category. So I met you here, and y'all probably don't even realize this. This is the education category. So a little thing that I'm learning in there. Your daily boy, what's up? How are you, man? Good to see you this morning. So now, see, this is where I was wondering. So some of my regulars are starting to show up. So I was over on people and blogs for an hour. Totally different group of people. And I was going, I'm wondering where my crew is. Where are the people that I usually see? Because that's usually when I'm on. So I'm just curious. Those of y'all coming in. Oh, man, I've been good. Sick right now, though. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Cat here. So those of y'all coming in, yeah. So those of y'all that know Sylvia. So I know you've been part of this a little bit. That my cat, I was able to, my little Luna, is still very stressed out, but I was able to catch her this. Rick Sanchez, good to see you this morning. Welcome in. How are you, Rick? Is it your first time on my live? Where are you coming in from? Just give me a state or country. Either one's fine. Whichever one's easier. Like I said, I always tell people you don't have to get specific, but just give me an idea where you're at. I'm up in Anchorage, Alaska, so if you got questions about Alaska, I can answer those as well. I'll change my picture up here. Let me do this one, so this will be fun. This is us this last summer, so this is a little bit of Alaska. We don't always have snow, though we do right now. This is my wife, Dr. G, and I. Out on the Kenai River with some of our fish that we caught this last year. So just a little bit about life. You're over in Canada. Awesome. Yeah, so these are salmon. We're eating on those salmon. Best salmon patties in the world coming out of these salmon. But I spent the night from about 1:30 to 2 o'clock in the bathroom with my little cat. Trying to socialize her and get her comfortable being out and about again. So we were playing, we were snuggling, we were sleeping. Coffee lover, good morning. How are you? So yeah, so this has been kind of an experiment. So apparently YouTube sent my first live out to a very different group of people in the blog people category, and then this live is in the education. I didn't know that there was a big difference. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear you're good. Oh, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. I'm cranking it. It's slowly increasing, right? If you look on that sucker, we broke through the 600, and where are we at now? We're at 625. So yeah, I'm at 625 as of today. I got 2 new subscribers from my live earlier. So I'm pushing. I'm really pushing to keep this thing growing. And some of my videos are starting to. I mean, nothing's like blowing out of the category. Because on my real estate channel, I've got videos. One that's almost 30,000. I've had some viral shorts that are in there. I had one that is the most dangerous animals of Alaska that like totally blew up that channel, and keeps going. So this has been kind of slow, but I'm keeping at it. I'm keeping at it. And one of the new folks I did, I do. Actually, whenever you break 100, I get emails every time that I break certain. They have different milestones and stuff. YouTube really doesn't do anything. I need to get, I need to get 1,000. That's a big thing. but also I need more watch hours. That's the big thing. So I don't have enough people getting on there. Iron Man fan, yes. Good to see you this morning. So yeah, it's okay. So I'm learning. Like I said, learning YouTube is a different animal. I said I was on for an hour on blogs and people. This is education, which I'm trying to understand. Man, it's good to see you as well. So welcome in, those of y'all that are coming in. Yes, it does, your daily boy, it does, and trying to get more of that is big. And so I've got a guy, I will tell y'all, I've got a guy on my short videos. He cracks me up. He comments on everything I do, and he is and I don't have a problem with that. As a nutrition coach, I help people that are carnivore, people that are keto, low carb, which I'm a low carb eater. Dracul, good to see you. Hey man, good to see you. See, these are my regulars right here. Y'all meet Tiffany. I'm trying to introduce some of the new folks in here. Let's see, Tiffany came in, and then Jackie Baker. I'm not sure where Jackie went. I don't know if she's still here. Yeah, I was on people and blogs, vlogs earlier. So totally different group of people. This is education. So it's really weird. So introducing folks around, and like I said, it's starting to come in, everybody from around the world. So what was I saying? Oh, I got this guy that uses carnivore, and everything I talk about, even though I did a video on protein yesterday, he was all about, why do you still talk about sugar? And I was like, dude, but engagement. I just keep commenting, and I just keep commenting, and I'm like, hey, thanks for your opinion, right? But apparently he never wants to get on my lives, and my feeling is, hey, you know what, if you disagree with me, that's fine. Make your comment. Oh, you saw that comment. The goofy artist Sylvia is my second channel. Oh, hey Sylvia, awesome. Well, thank you for adding into that. Yeah, I actually have 4 channels. Let's see. What are my channels? So I have Living in Alaska, is my real estate channel. Alaska Life Southern Fried, my Social Story Central. I worked with, yeah, I know. I don't do a lot with them. My Story Central, I'll show you. So, Dr. G and I started a channel about Southerners living in Alaska. It's got about 77. You know what? I love Canada. I moved to Alaska during Canada, and Canada hurt my feelings a lot. I worked with special needs kids, and so one of the things that I made was social stories, and I have a channel called the Social Story Central. It's got like 459 subscribers on it. I don't even do anything. It's the craziest thing. Canada, Canada's wonderful. I know I have Canadians on here. I love Canada, and I always have. When I moved during COVID, they basically interrogated me for about 3 hours about why I was moving to Alaska during COVID, that I had been hired up here to work at a church before COVID even happened, and I'd never lived here, but my son and I actually had driver's license from Alaska. We were all set up to move. It was not pleasant. And then we had like 4 days to get from the United States to Alaska. And it's not easy. It's a long, hard drive. The Alaska-Canadian Highway is a very rough road. It is like the worst back road you've ever been on. It's paved, but it's the worst thing you've ever been on. I've done it twice. And I'm anticipating I might be doing it again. Is Alaska good? Well, depends. It depends on what you're coming to Alaska for. It is a wonderful place. I have loved my time in Alaska. I still call it home. That's from Alaska right there. Alaska's not easy. It is not easy. We call it the last frontier. We are just now starting to. We had about like for a living. It just depends on what you're doing. It can be depending on what your field is, what your needs are. For a living, there's a lot of jobs here. Do you have an opinion on hunting? Do I have an opinion on hunting? Absolutely. I love hunting. I love hunting. Since being in Alaska, unfortunately, I've not been able to, but I love hunting. I'm primarily a bird hunter, so I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody out there, but no, I love hunting. I love hunting wild turkey is my favorite. Oh, okay. That's totally fine. Tiffany, thank you for letting me know. I'm just glad that you're here and that I hope you subscribed. I think you said you did. So I usually go live every day. I was brain dead garbage. What did you go watch? What did you go watch? Mostly deer and stuff in Minnesota. Yeah, I've gone deer hunting a few times. I've not been successful, like the brain rot stream. Yeah, I find like a lot, it doesn't matter where you go. TikTok is a lot of brain rot. It's all, so many live streams are brain rot. And the last thing I want is this to be that. Like I said, I want to be able to make this something that is helping people. I mean, our goal of our channel is to make life better. So, and it's 2026, not 20. Yep, correct. It is 2026. We need more educational streams. There really needs to be, but I think it's still so new, which I find it interesting. So tell me, what do you know about that? Like I said, today was interesting. I switched my streams. So I know that, this is, this is supposed to be educational. I hope you guys feel it's educational. It's conversational education, I guess. A big thing for me is, I think most of y'all that are on here are much younger than I am. So I want to be respectful of that. But, it's very much kind of an intergenerational kind of thing. I do have some folks that are my age that show up on here. And insulin resistance, which is my big topic, affects so many. So it's kind of crazy. One thing I would tell you guys too, if you ever come on and catch me in a horizontal video, I may have that turned off for comments, and it's not that I don't want to talk with you. I'm learning that when I create my long form videos, I'm finding that I like to just do a live and record that and save it and then edit that and upload it into a video. So it's just a lot more fun. I don't know. It feels like I do it better that way. I've been a preacher, so I've been a public speaker for years, so I can go off the cuff all the time. And I try not to do a lot of filler words like so right, but I can get bad at that too. It's easy to do. I'm trying to work on my pacing. So on lives, and to make them, kind of what they need to be. So since you guys are here, I don't know if y'all seen, and I know how many of y'all have done my 5 fingers. How many of y'all have talked to the hand before? My 5 questions and the best question ever. 5 questions and number 6, best question ever. All right. This is your education for the day. If you come on here, you're going to get this all the time. I'm never going to stop this, right? 5 questions you need to ask about your health. Put your hand up. All right. I want everybody to put your hand up. No. Okay. Perfect. So I want everybody to put your hand up. Put your hand up wherever you are. thumb. How are you eating? All right, you need to be asking this question. If you want, I'll go through my whole thing, but you need to be eating well. Things in bags and boxes and bottles with barcodes need to avoid. We got to cut back on the sugar, the processed foods. This is one of the biggest things. So how are you eating? How are you exercising? Those two right there for metabolic health. If you put those two fingers together, thumb and forefinger, that's going to make you okay. All right. And those of y'all that are my teenagers, you guys are in your 20s, this is important. Start doing it now. Do not wait until you get to my age and then you screw things up, right? You got to go backwards. Let's not do that. Let's take care of it now. So how are you eating? How are you exercising? What are your extras? Now, this goes with these other ones, but this is your supplements. All right, these are, if you're on a medication, you need to manage that and do that well. If you happen to be on a medication, what are those extras that you need? Right? So your daily boy, I'm glad you bring that up. So this is what we help with. This is why I'm here. This is what we do. So, and I will help you with that. And you guys throw me the questions, and I want it to be this simple. That's why I say put your hand up. You won't forget this, right? So here's the thing. What are your extras? Now, I talk about that because of our modern food environment, we don't get the foods that we need. Things in bags and boxes and bottles with barcodes do not come with the nutrients that are easy for your body to digest. These, and I do this, and so you know, as a coach, Dr. G and I do coaching. And we do that, and it does cost, but I do this live. But these are what we do to do our coaching, right? This is key. Unimate is what I drink in the morning, and I drink this all day. This is my energy drink. This is from Yerba Mate. This is a tea from South America in a concentrated form. So if you're on energy drinks, I know the sodas and all that. We got multiple flavors. It's incredible. If you're needing to get off this, let's talk about it. If you're adolescent, you need to talk to your parents about it. Get them on here. Let's have conversation. All right. This is the best drink on the planet for your health, and it's good. That's the crazy part about it. The second thing is the fiber. This is actually a complex. There's a multivitamin in here as well, but this also gives us the fiber. All right, so that goes back to how are we eating. So how are we eating? How are we exercising? What are your extras? All right, and knowing that I drink good, Tiffany. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. If you will do that, will be a game changer. So if we start young, we don't have to worry about it when we're older. You just have to keep the lifestyle going. What I'm going to teach you is the lifestyle that we've been doing for 2 years, and it reversed our insulin resistance, our diabetes, and we're not stopping. So that's, yeah, if you do this young, keep going. Make this your lifestyle. Make this your lifestyle, and you'll keep it when you get older. And I'll let me finish my finger so y'all don't forget it, and we'll come back to that. So who are you encouraging? Who are you encouraging? So this is important. You are going to become like the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So, well, thank you, Tiffany. That's what I try. You're going to become like the 5 people you spend the most time with. Is unsweet? No. James Jones, thank you so much. No, sparkling water, unsweetened sparkling water is totally fine. If it's sweetened with stevias or sugar alcohols, if there's a little bit in there, that'll be fine too. That'll be okay. But sparkling water is totally fine. It actually is good for the gut. The sparkling water, that carbonation actually helps to close the esophageal sphincter. All right, those bubbles, and it doesn't seem like much, but I know because I have battled acid reflux for a long time. It is so important. So think about who you're following and who you're with. Birds of a feather flock together, so watch who you flock with. The 5th one, this is the last one, and then the most important question: how are you elevating? What are you doing for your soul? We've talked about the body, we've talked about the mind. This is about the soul. How are you elevating your soul? How are you connecting to the divine? How are you connecting to God? All right, that is so critically important. So I talk about that. Usually if you come on here in the morning, I'm doing my quiet time and I'm spending time with God. Awesome. My wife thinks she's a doctor. your daily boy, perfect. You want to have a savory breakfast. Well, James Jones. Well, my wife is a doctor, so so I will tell you. And I listened to my wife, and it saved my life. So everybody that's been here, welcome to my life. James, is this your first time on here? I know I have a few people that have been that have the eggs are a great one. Eggs are a great one to have for breakfast. They contain the yolk is like a multivitamin. So keep that in mind. We want to always do a savory breakfast. If you're going to break your fast, a savory breakfast is the way to do it. Cereals, okay, are not how to break a breakfast. And that includes oatmeal, unless you cook it the night before. So that's important. So, oh, absolutely. Well, here's the thing. I'm glad to hear that. Great. So this is me and Dr. G, who does the channel with me. And so this is us. We were diagnosed in 2023. I was diagnosed in 2023. She was diagnosed in 2024. I was diagnosed with diabetes. She was diagnosed with prediabetes. We had multiple conditions of insulin resistance. Been for years. Well, I'm glad, and I hope that this is providing some good life education. I listened to my wife, and it saved my life. And I was somebody that exercised. I regularly exercised as well. And still, I'd gotten up to almost 200 pounds. My doctor said, hey, you're knocking on obesity, dude. You got to lose that weight. And so, am I okay? I am now. I'm doing incredible now. How do you eat fast safely? I kind of want to try a water fast. Great question, Daily Boy. Great question. Thank you for throwing that one out there. So, doing fasting. This is going to be important. So, if you're trying fasting, first of all, your Daily Boy, how old are you? Are you, like I said, people usually will say you need to talk to your doctor. The first thing that I tell people as a nutrition coach is this is where we start. If you've never done fasting before, number one, start eating the way that I'm coaching. All right? Meal sequencing, eat in this order. When you have a meal, we want to eat. If I'm lagging a little bit, I think my phone is getting a little warm. I'm going to see if my light may be hitting it too hard. Oh, brother, I'm sorry. 38. Okay, so awesome, James Jones. Congratulations for starting on this journey. And if you want to know more, like I said, and I will talk. If you're on here, my five questions right here are key. Number one, the number one best question is what is the wise thing to do, and you're already on that track. So, so here's the thing. Fasting, first and foremost, cut out the snacks. Number one, but meal sequencing, eat in this order: fiber, proteins, fats, put carbohydrates to the end of the meal. When you eat, you're going to feel full longer because you will be. Those are the things that take longer in your body to digest. So if you will cut out snacks and start eating if you're eating 3 meals a day, I don't want to assume, but most people are, all right? Eat until you're full. Get your body used to that. I still have depression. Depression takes a while. If you're doing it nutritionally, depression can take some time. When I started my journey and was depressed, it took me probably 6 months before I was able to wean off of medications. And it's being very attentive. And there are bouts that still, Sylvia, I still deal with it. So, and this is why, what I'm going to tell you is, when it came to fasting, this was the game changer right here. Because this increases your GLP-1, the Unimate that I drink every day. Sylvia, it could be depression. It can definitely be stress. Your body is doing it. They've actually tested the tiers. There's different chemicals basically in your tears when you cry for no reason, when you cry for sadness, when you cry from depression and anxiety. Definitely. And the more I'm curious about your sleep. Typically also cortisol kind of plays a big role in that too. So increasing your GLP-1, the more that you eat those fiber, fats, and proteins, that's going to be huge. You can also drink, and I'm going to be careful about this. Coffee is, I'm terrified every day, afraid another heart attack will come. But quit drinking and smoking and now walking 3 to 5 miles a day and try to eat better, but it's hard. Need healthy recipes. Okay. Need you to, we don't have a lot, but we actually have quite a few. So I'm going to put this up. We have a Facebook group. I'll invite you. I'm going to put the link up to that because we just did a sugar detox. And I don't know if it'll stay up here, but if you'll tap on that right there, Healthy Together and Feeling Great is our page. We have 10 days of recipes that are sugar-free. So if you want to grab a screenshot of this, I don't think it's staying up there, but Healthy Together and Feeling Great. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. We regularly do healthy recipes. I was having heart pressure. I had hypertension. My blood pressure was 145 over 93. Okay, good. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. When I started this journey, I started doing the fiber because the fiber in the balance is what will lower that blood pressure. I started doing this, started going low carb as part of that journey, eating in this order, that fiber, fats, and proteins, putting carbs at the end of the meal. It can be hard. I'm sorry, Sylvia, for sure. I can imagine. And there's a lot there to unpack. That, boy, howdy. That's tough. Let's come back to this a little bit. I know there needs to be probably some more conversation. But I want to address this right here because the fiber does this. In addition to that, the Unimate that we drink every day, this is a vascular dilator. So you're dealing with the heart issues. I had a stroke in my optic nerves, both of them. It cost me almost half of my vision. So those heart issues, I totally get. While this won't reverse that, like I said, again, with my blood pressure, this lowered my LDL and my triglycerides and increased my HDL. So when I say that because we've helped other people do the very same thing. And the great part about the protocol, I don't talk about it a whole lot, but we do the coaching. You get my phone number. Granted, my phone number is out there anyway. You can always text or call me if you'd like to talk more about this. I do have a whole video that is the Feel Great system, but this is what we did. And like I said, that picture that you saw of me and Dr. G, this is what the protocol did for us. Not only did I lose 50 pounds, she lost 67. But we in this last year lost 19 friends. And her husband died of myocarditis, which is basically one cause of heart attacks. My first wife died of colon cancer. So all signs of insulin resistance. So you're on the right track, and if you need some more help, those files, by the way, for recipes are in our file over on that page. We just did a sugar detox as well. So, but if you're interested, there's a lot more videos on my page, and I think I have a couple with Dr. Eric Aiken that I had on that was talking specifically about heart issues. And my wife is a dentist. And she has sent people many times to their primary care physicians because she can identify heart disease in the mouth. People don't realize how the mouth is the window to metabolic health. So your daily boy, did I help you get started? You have a coffee addiction. We got to get you off of that. And I'll tell you, Unimate is a great way to do it. It's also a great way for alcohol. I've got a couple of friends of mine that are nutrition coaches that do the very same thing, that were alcoholics, and this has helped them to break that addiction to alcohol. Your daily boy, I don't know that I answered your question fully. But I want to go back to it. So let me know. So what we want to do is we want to eat that order, right? So eat that way, eat until you're full. You're going to feel full longer. We're going to cut the snacks out during the day. Drink water. If you're looking for good snacks to eat instead, and if it's helpful, dill pickles will not break a fast. Helping with cravings, getting sugar-free Jell-O, those are great. Sugar-free gums, particularly with stevia or sugar alcohol, it kind of mimics. The only thing I don't like about gum is it could hurt dental work. But the pickles and the sugar-free Jell-O cups are a great thing. And you're getting used to it because you're kind of giving your mouth something to do. Right? If you're used to snacking, those don't break a fast. And so then what we want to do is get to 2 meals a day, and we start to look for what meal that would be. So we want to get to at least 16 hours of not eating. Ideally for most people, that's stopping eating around 8 o'clock at night, don't eat any snacks, sleep through the night, and then don't eat again until 10 o'clock the next day or 12 o'clock. So water is good. Iron Man, that is the best thing that we can be drinking. It is absolutely the best thing that we can drink it. Parfaits, I eat every morning with 3 eggs. So yeah, those are if you're gonna eat them, make sure you eat your eggs first. So yeah, parfaits, there's a lot of carbs there. So that's where you want to be careful. So when I talk about, particularly for controlling your blood sugar levels, that's the big thing that we want to do. So if you're doing the parfaits, I gave up pretty much doing, and I recommend people doing intermittent fasting. It's not for everybody. I completely get that. So if you're doing breakfast, we just want to make sure that we are getting that protein first. And so you have an idea. So what's happening is, in particular, that when it comes to insulin spikes with macronutrients, the carbohydrates are going to spike more. Proteins are in the middle, but they take longer to digest. Do you know Rick and Morty? I have heard of the show, Rick. But I don't know them personally. And fats almost have a negligible insulin increase. And here's the thing that the doctors are not teaching or not telling, because many of them don't realize. It's not all the case. My wife does, because this is modern science. Your insulin levels increase because of those carbohydrates. Every time we eat, your body is going to increase insulin levels. Insulin is your fat storage hormone. It is your love handle hormone. As long as this is high, it is making it so higher. And if you're doing, and that's fine to drink the protein shakes. There's really good ones that are out there. I will do that as well. Protein shakes can be great. You still want to do it around a meal. And you're going to have it. It's going to typically break a fast, and you want to look what's in there. You want to have the minimum amount of ingredients in a protein shake. The more ingredients, if there's more than typically about 5 ingredients in there, you want to make sure that you can at least pronounce every single one of the ingredients. That's the huge part of anything in a bag in a box with a barcode. So when we eat in that right order, that's going to be the biggest impact on your overall health that we want to do. And we want to use our hormones. If you're doing calorie restriction alone, which is, I get it. That is the old way of looking at things. What we want to do is get our hormones to eat correctly. So you're not going to hear me demonize carbohydrates. I'm not going to do that, because fiber is a carbohydrate. I am going to demonize processed foods and sugary foods, and like apple juice is not healthy. And let me show you a picture. So this would be helpful. I suspect as well. So this is important for us to realize. So what we typically do, our modern food environment looks like this. All right, we're eating typically we were taught anywhere between 3 and 6 meals a day. Hey, Pug Mom, how are you? Good to see you this morning. We eat between 3 to 6 meals a day. The problem is we really eat between 6 and 11 times a day. And I always tell my clients to keep a notebook with them and write down what they put in their mouth. I don't care how much. It's just knowing that they are putting things in their mouth, right? Sounds like I'm talking to a 2-year-old. Watch what their kids are putting in your mouth, right? But here's the thing. That peel is pectin. That's fiber. Fiber controls that blood glucose spike, which is why I hate to say it's supplement, but for my health, I drink this fiber because it is 7 different soluble and insoluble fibers. Plus, I can take it with me everywhere I go. And so it's a game changer. You're talking about protein shakes. This comes in both orange and mixed berry. I mix this in my protein shake so that I get, number one, it makes it really thick, but it makes sure that I'm getting my protein and my fiber. So you want to talk about really making a protein shake a meal, this is a game changer right here. When I do that, when I make my protein shake my meal, I will do this. And I'm going to tell you a secret. Do a chocolate protein shake and the orange, it's like having a chocolate dipped orange. It's awesome. It's awesome. So good. So good. All right. Any other questions? Man, this has been a great live. This has been just so good. Y'all have edified me with the questions and really talking about where my heart is, and I appreciate that. So glad that you guys were on today. I've been on, we're coming close to an hour. If you guys haven't subscribed, I appreciate the likes, the hearts, and everything that you guys have shown up big today. We've had new people come on to the live, and it's been so good having so many people from everywhere. So make sure you subscribe. This is the time that I'm typically on. I'm playing with a little bit with the algorithm. Those of y'all that are coming on, I've gone between the people blog category and the education category. So I've done 2 lives today. So just a little bit more education that I didn't know. So thank y'all so much for being here. I need to get off. I think we're coming close. Yeah, I've been on here for a long time. Thank y'all so much for being here. As I always say, go get the day, make it golden, go be excellent to yourself, go be excellent to one another. We'll see you guys back around on the flip side.